Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the after show. Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got a after the Men Tell All. Hold on, I see that my graphics are still a little slipping here, so let's get those all tucked away. We're gonna discuss tonight's Men Tell All. I'll be honest, it was more interesting than I thought it would be. We had a little conspiracy that went down there with a very catty, you almost want to call it bullying, but I don't know what it is, amongst all the guys and Pilot Pete. Now, not the old Pilot Pete, the new one. So we're going to discuss that. And it turns out some people are saying that the second hour of coverage was lost. Amiana says the Atlanta market, probably all of Georgia, only aired the first hour of tonight's episode. Well, if you don't want any spoilers, we are going to talk about the full episode, but I think most of the Bachelorette content came from the first hour. The second hour was bloopers and Golden Bachelor, which was fantastic. So yeah, we had breaking news there that kept people from catching the second hour. Pretty historic times we live in, if you ask me. And the voicemail line is open. We've already got some people calling, 401-213-9828. Do me a solid, guys. If you want this live stream to get populated and have a good time, hit the like button. It helps tell YouTube that we're out here doing our thing. Laurie's Heart says, did anyone else find what's-his-face sitting in the hot seat super cringe? Yeah. How funny was it that Sean, who had accused Brayden of making it all about him, ended up making the whole show about him? The Bachelorette posted this. Me, I don't have time for petty nonsense. Also me. And this, of course, being Sean McLaughlin. They had posted, I'm sure they have deleted them by now, screen grabs of them saying FP, which just stood for the swear word F, Pete. Which you might not think's a big deal. It was supposed to be an inside joke. Some of the guys immediately apologized for it, but regardless of if they were rubbed the wrong way by Peter, the pilot, how embarrassing that on their own social media pages, their call to arms, their joke that they all had was to make fun of another guy that got kicked out in night one. Even the cowboy-haired guy goes, oh, who are you? You weren't even here. You were only here night one. I hate nothing more than when the group hive mind, the group think will try to negate someone else's opinion because they were a night one guy. It was absolutely disgusting. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not a bigger story. And the fact that Jesse Palmer was prepared with the receipts to say, yeah, this is pretty messed up. So there it is. and multiple other guys did it. They all did it together, FP. And their defense was, well, he didn't know it was about him. But guess what? And I'm not trying to take a victory lap here, but I told you guys, didn't I tell you Brayden wasn't that bad of a guy? Everyone wanted to be at Brayden's throat. I said, look, I met him. He seemed like a good guy. And now everyone's cheering for Brayden. It just, why do we have a hard time believing that in the moment? Why in the moment, even when we know the storied history of fabricated villains, why in the moment do we still get mad at that person? I mean, he could have done this, and he strung her along, and earrings, and this, and it's just like, okay, sure. But boy, did he come off well-liked. They showed a great clip of his from Bachelor in Paradise. And I sent him a message tonight and said, hey, man, kudos, congrats. You know, it's so funny that Brayden and Logan both came to my show, on the same show I had, because they had similar experiences where they were made to be these like quasi-villains, but they just had too much charm and personality. So it's not even, there's no argument of, well, he was mean or he was this. The guys all put in their Instagram bios, FP. What a loser. Sean McLaughlin. That's the most losery, bitch-ass thing I've ever heard from this show. If you're going to not like someone, at least be out and open with it. They did the same thing to Brayden. Brayden said, no one even told me they didn't like me. Yeah, the coverage on Brayden was too long, but it was also like not his doing. At no point was he the one stoking it. Even when he broke up with Charity, he put his head down and wanted to leave. And the thing he couldn't say here, which we all know, is that the producers wanted him to go back. He didn't know he was going to be walking into a group date or whatever. It's so funny. And people, I still get it all the time. Oh, I don't like so-and-so. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, he's going to be a perfect person or not turn into a villain on Bachelor in Paradise. I'm not saying that at all, but it's just like, when are we going to learn? You know what I mean? Yes, Sarah, we didn't get the circumstances surrounding Peter. But I can't imagine they had really any true beef with him other than maybe he was just a good-looking pilot. I mean, they're saying, oh, he was joking about making merchandise. Well, he never did. You know what I mean? I don't know. And the same thing happened with Brayden, where Brayden's like, will somebody tell me when I called Charity classless? And sure enough, ABC, The Bachelor, they could not find Brayden calling Charity classless. Maybe he said group dates were classless. I don't even know. Maybe, but this whole thing that we have this is the reason why my channel kind of found success. It's the whole don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. So many times people say, well, basically, and Claire Crowley did it this past week. Claire Crowley did it. Well, basically, he said this. What did he really say? We live in a world where we need to know not only what people said in writing, but also their tone, because that makes a big difference. All right, I'm going to sit down. I've been standing up. So let me just move my seat to the ground here. Got a nice Diet Coke for us tonight. Let's see how we're doing in the chat here. 169. I'd love some more, folks. So we'll probably try to go for like an hour tonight. I'm going to listen to some of your voicemails. Let me turn some music off here, and we will play your voicemails. We got a lot, and we had a few from earlier in the night. Let's play some from earlier and see if they're...
Hey, Dave. It's David in Illinois, heading south again to Arkansas. So you're helping me as I traverse the fruited plain. Hey, one thing that occurred to me, I'd be interested in what you think and what others think. There was like little to no drama about Charity going to bed with at least two of the guys on the overnights. Over the last few seasons, there's been lots of drama about that, especially with the guys, and Clayton especially, and, you know, throwing the word love around and then going to bed, and then how could you do that? Yet there's none of that here. So is it the edit? Is it the producers not stoking the fire? We'll just be interested in your thoughts. Bye.
Yeah, look, I think the idea of having multiple people in the fantasy suite is something the show's always done, and I do think we judge it a little differently when it's the Bachelor versus the Bachelorette. But everyone who goes into the fantasy suite, they've got full control of their bodies, and they can do with their bodies what they want. So I'm not going to judge anybody. We did show before how when Ben Higgins said multiple people, he loved multiple people, that it was wild and had like a big consequences, whatever. And I think things have just changed because we've seen that storyline play out multiple times with Ari and with Clayton, and it's played out multiple times. Is this the first Bachelorette to say I love you to two different people? That's not an answer I have, but let me know. Let's see, read some of your comments. You know what's funny? Damiana, I am okay. Whenever I talk softer, I think people think I'm sick. It's so funny. Like the other day, I was making a video super early in the morning, so I was just talking quietly. People were like, Dave, what do you got going on? Are you dying? What's happening? I was like, no, I'm just not yelling. Deanna posted this. Let's see. Got to meet Golden Gary Turner. He thought I was funny when I asked if I could be on his season. Swipe to see. So let's see the photos from Deanna. There's Deanna, Trista, and the other one, Desiree, sorry, and Jesse Palmer. There they are, glowed up. And let's see if they've got one with Gary. There's one with Gary. So very sweet. Gary's over there staying hydrated. Gosh, he's just got such a young personality, doesn't he? Gary seems so young. All right, let's go to Celeste in Beeville, Texas. You're up.
Hey, Dave. It's me, Celeste. I'm calling from Beeville, Texas. And the men tell all, this one I feel is, hands down, is my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Because Brayden, he makes good TV. I can't wait to see him in Paradise. I mean, if anything, he brought the spice. I mean, he really did. And, there was nothing like left on the table. It was all out there. And Charity, she always brings it in just about every episode. She just really nailed on the head with her statements and everything. I mean, she's bold. But I personally, I mean, Gary, it was emotional. I cried a few times. I can't wait to see him in the Golden Bachelor. But anyway, thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I thought Gary, his story's going to be super emotional. I mean, there's a reason why they gave him 20 minutes at the end of this episode. That is a huge lead to say, don't sleep on Gary Turner's season. It's going to air after or during Bachelor in Paradise or after. Either way, it's going to be airing sooner than you know. I mean, it's still filming, but absolutely really excited about that. Brayden said had to give Spencer his first kiss on The Bachelorette, LMFAO. Yeah, I mean, what you get when you get a bunch of different guys is some dudes are there that are quiet, and they're all like very much, personality types are all over the place, but they've all probably had a lot of success in the dating world leading up to this, and so they're just not used to fighting for women, I'm guessing. And like, if you're the type who likes someone who's going to say something stupid and flash a big smile, maybe you'll like Brayden. But if you like a type who's more emo or whatever, maybe you'll like someone else. Or if you want to knit with Xavier, so it's just like in no other world would they be fighting against each other. They just let Brayden be the goofy guy that does what he does. But here we are seeing right through it. But I agree. It was a very fun episode. All right, let's go to Brooklyn, New York, Kings County.
Hi, Dave. This is Kara. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York. I just want to say I'm so excited for Gary after seeing his little montage. Like, it had me in tears. And this is the route the franchise has to go. I think they just need to get rid of Bachelor, Bachelorette for maybe a couple years, bring in some new stuff like a queer season, millennial, Gen X, etc., and maybe they can bring the ratings back up. Anyways, that's all I want to say. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much calling in from Brooklyn, New York. I agree. I mean, the montage, call in anybody. Oh, let's put the voicemail line up over here so you can see it over here. But feel free to call the voicemail line, 401-213-9828, 401-213-9828. Crocat said Dave Brayden wrote FP2. I don't know the full story, but at least Brayden said he was the one who told what's-his-face. So that's probably also like how Katie Thurston was part of the Bad Girls Club, but then still felt like it didn't sit right with her. You know what I mean? It's not exactly what people did that's the problem. It's so much as, well, I want to know more about that story. I mean, no one, as far as I know, none of this was on my radar. None of this. Alrighty, let's go. We only have a couple voicemails, so now's your chance to call in. 401-213-9828. We can talk Gary Turner. We can talk Brayden. If I'm ready to talk about Xavier. I thought Xavier did a phenomenal job in the way he spoke with Charity. We can talk all about that.
Hi, Dave. This is Kristen from Wisconsin. Longtime fan, but a first-time caller.
Oh, great.
And what I appreciate most about your channel is just how you're kind of helping us see people in a different way and maybe see the best in people. And I saw that so clearly tonight with Brayden. I like Brayden, and I didn't think that was possible. I just thought he handled tonight with humility and a lot of humor. He seemed really teachable, like he was really listening to what the guys were saying, and even trying to learn from his mistakes, and even telling Peter repeats what they all did. I thought showed a lot of integrity. And I don't know if I'm the only one who missed this, but he's like a Johnny Depp doppelganger. I don't know. That was just super obvious to me from the clip on the beach. And so I'm really excited to see him in paradise. So thanks for all of your kindness and just the good vibes that you put out there, Dave. We appreciate it.
Oh,
Bye.
That's so kind. Kristen in Wisconsin, thank you for the phone call. I hope it's not your last. Kristen's first phone call. Any other first-timers out there? We love our loyals, but if there's any other first-timers, we would absolutely love to hear from you. Yeah, look, I mean, it's not, you would feel the same way if you met Brayden, you know what I mean? These guys, they're all cast to be on the show because they have some redeeming qualities. I mean, I don't know about this guy, Sean. I'm going to give this guy, Sean, a chance when we hear him on some podcasts, but the word schmarmy, is that even how you pronounce it? Just, you know, he's proudly wearing his cross on his chest. But like, what is he? What Christian thing is he doing? He's just stoking up like drama. He's making it about him. He's trying to go on stage. Like literally, no one invited him on the stage. So somehow, he was able to not be the biggest villain on the show. I don't know if he's doing Bachelor in Paradise, but if he is, you cannot dodge the villain edit if you're an actual villain. And we'll have to see how it all plays out. But thanks again, Kristen, for the call. I really appreciate you.
Hey, Dave. It's Sherry, fellow Rhode Islander, calling from Delaware. I would really love it, love it, if you would please learn to pronounce Claire's last name.
Nope.
It's not Crowley. There's no owls in there. It's Crawley. Please? Just once. Do it for me.
I don't think so.
Just humor me, okay? Anyway, I really did not like the way the guys behaved toward Charity tonight. I thought it was kind of demeaning, and I think they were all a little butthurt about her not liking all of them. Just, what do I know? Just an old girl here in Delaware. Take care, babe. Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much for the call. Yeah, no, I listen. I appreciate you, Claire, explaining to me. I try my best. You say so many things so many times. I try my best, but if we can sign a petition to get me to change the way I pronounce Claire's name, we can do that. All right, let's go to Mimi in Pittsburgh.
Hi, Dave. It's Mimi from Pittsburgh. I just wanted to say that I was teary-eyed when Gary was talking about his marriage and his wife, because I had a 36-year-old marriage with my husband, and at 70 we bought our first home. We rented all those years, and he was only in the house with me for a year and passed away of a stroke. So I know what that feels like. Maybe I should have gone on the Golden Bachelor. What do you think? Bye.
We love Mimi so much. Mimi gave us a gift. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, my headphones just unplugged when I stood up. So okay. I had to plug my headphones back in. So Mimi sent us a gift this week. How sweet is this? I don't think I revealed this to you guys yet. I think I opened it on a different video, but it's the Golden Bachelor t-shirt, and just I have a feeling that the Golden Bachelor is going to be quite the hit. I truly do. And Mimi, thanks for sharing with us. You never know. Sometimes these live streams are for me. Sometimes they're for you. Sometimes they're for some random person. But, you hit me in my feels. How kind you are to share with us your story and how heartbreaking. It's almost like with Gary. He shares his story, which we're only seeing the teaser for it, but it's like he shares his story about how he reached this culminating moment with his wife buying her dream home, and you feel like you got to the place where, and I'm sure they enjoyed life and traveling and all that, but like you get to this pivotal moment where that's kind of like you've set your destination, you've arrived, you've made it, and then it's ripped away from you. Golden Bachelor's going to be a long season. Oh, another favorite.
Hello, Dave. It's Linda from Indianapolis. Just wanted to say sorry I didn't call last week. Been having some health issues.
Oh, no.
Got to go in for a cardiac catheterization tomorrow. So I'm getting ready for bed. But it was a good show. I have to say that. They're doing much better these days. Thanks a lot, Dave. Bye.
Linda in Indianapolis. Linda and Mimi have both been such longtime callers that we appreciate you. And truly, with your health issues, please keep us posted. Everyone send some love and positive energy and prayers to Linda in Indianapolis. And keep us posted, please. All right, we're down to our last voicemail, but please help me out and call in, guys. I'm not in a good place to talk right now. You know what I mean? You get this Trojan horse of a TV show where they're like, let's do bloopers, and then all of a sudden it's like, let's talk about death, and we're all like, it catches up to you on a Monday.
Hi, Dave. This is Denise from Iowa. I am really commenting on Xavier's demeanor tonight. As you said, I think he did a phenomenal job. He owned up to what his shortcomings were, and it was very remarkable that he actually went and sought some sort of therapy, to help him along and to be whatever he wants to be in the future. Also, his apology to Peter, that was so manly and so respectful. I think he will be fine. He seems to be a very nice guy, well spoken and all of that. So he will be fine. He will make a very good husband for somebody in the future. Bye.
Thank you so much, Denise, for calling in from Iowa. I completely agree. I mean, look, like we said before, not to beat a dead horse here, but it's just like, we look at people as like, oh, he's a cheater. He's this, he's that. He didn't have to disclose that information. Clearly, he's trying to grow from it and learn from it. And I don't know. I mean, honestly, yeah, like obvious, the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. We operate in these finalities. Like there might be somebody who's, looks perfectly fine and faithful and all these things. And maybe they're, committing tax fraud. So you never know what's going on below the surface with some people, right? And so for someone to be out there on camera, talk about their flaws, did he do a good job with it? No, but he tried his best. And everyone's like, well, he wanted to just have sex to think, and it's like, we really, in the moment, and I think I got blasted from this. I didn't really read the comments because I didn't really care, to be honest. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder what people think. I was like, I don't give two shits what people think about this. It doesn't, like, we're almost, and this is actually kind of, I think, a good indicator of how we are in society. We look at moral issues that are good or bad, right? And we say cheating's bad. And I think we all agree cheating is bad, right? That's obvious. So then, because we know cheating's bad, we can't even have a conversation around what Xavier was trying to say, because then we'll also look like a cheating sympathizer or whatever. Luckily, it doesn't faze me to like not have those types of conversations. Although I could imagine, oh, so-and-so saying it's okay. It's almost like you're saying, it's almost like what Claire Crowley said. Crawley. Who cares? It's almost like that idea of, you're basically saying this. So we're really collectively as a society so worried about being on the wrong side of an opinion that all we want to say is, no, it's very bad. Yes, cheating is bad. Yeah, I mean, are there scenarios where some couples or people would be able to work through it? That's for them to decide. That's for couples to decide. Could there be a scenario where he tells Charity this sooner and then they have a difficult conversation midway through the season, and rather than kick him off right away, he's able to go through his thoughts and better articulate them? Absolutely. There's plenty of ways it could have worked out better. Hey, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't called in yet, feel free. This is a group effort. 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. Yeah, I guess we're just not going to get above 200 people right now. I don't know. Maybe there's some other YouTube live streams happening, but I'm okay with you guys. By all means. It wasn't, there are some episodes that really force people onto the internet. Someone says something so egregious, I just have to hear what Dave has to say. This doesn't really feel like that moment. We don't have too much tomorrow to talk about. We're going to have our full recap, and then I'm going to also have this. This is literally the best thing people can do is when I get DMs like this. Someone sent me a DM and said, Jason talks about his breakup at the 305 mark. He discusses it. So to the person who sent me this, thank you so much. Not having a producer, having people send me content helps me out so much. I still think probably 50% of the content I make is stuff that I find, but like I'm busy making content. So when other people send me notifications, oh, so-and-so broke up with so-and-so, it really can help out. And I responded to this saying, seriously, what a petty move for them all to do. They should be super embarrassed. That being the FP line. And then Kelly Johnson, middle school behavior. Agree. This group of men is worse than teenage girls. Okay, let's go to our last voicemail, unless anyone wants to call in. 401-213-9828. Our last voicemail. Another first-time caller.
Hello, Dave. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
This is Catherine Palmer, first time calling.
Nice.
I've been a big fan of yours, and I've just been shy about calling, but I just want to tell you how much I truly enjoy your candid honesty, and you're just always so spot on. Like, you're just always spot on about everything, and just want to thank you for everything, because I know you work so hard, and you do have long days, and just appreciate you. Keep up the great work. Oh, and I'm also from Los Angeles, but right now I'm in Mississippi. Long story, but I've been here for several months, but originally from LA, originally from France also. So want to hear your story about how you ended up studying in France as well. All right? Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Merci pour la première fois me parler, calling me. Either way. Merci pour la première fois tu me téléphoner. Okay, well, we tried. Wow, look at that. Originally from France. Yeah, you have a little bit of a Mississippi twang in there, and then you lived in Los Angeles. I really appreciate the kind comments, folks. I don't play these voicemails before. It's a first in, first out type of thing. I just play what you guys send. So I appreciate the extra love today. It seems like, I'm not even particularly tired, but it's just, it's just one of those days that we had a lot to get done today, and staying relatively productive and a lot of things coming up. So just staying busy, staying on the grind. How did I make it to France? Well, I have an uncle from France. He married into my family. He married my aunt, and I've always really loved the culture that he brought into the family. Yeah, they love to cook. He's very good. He's like a perfectionist. He has this French sort of eye for things with design and renovation work, and I just always really admired him and found him to be one of my favorite members of the family, a guy that marries into the family. And I studied French in part because I thought it was a great language to learn, even though there were very few practical reasons to learn French, especially being in a town where I think more people spoke Portuguese actually in my hometown. And then as far as second languages go, to go Portuguese, then Spanish, and then French. But I found a school that worked within the business school I was studying, and it was an odd one to choose. It was Marseille, which is it's a town in the south of France. It's a very large city. It's 2,600 years old. It's where the Count de Monte Cristo was filmed. Chateau d'If is there, which is a castle on an island overlooking the coast of Marseille. It's beautiful, but it was interesting studying there. I don't think I'd recommend Marseille as a town for many people to study in, just because it was hard to get around. It wasn't good. It was kind of interesting, but I made friends for life, and I got to travel to dozens of countries, and it was a ton of fun. Catherine Palmer said, "Can't believe someone is correcting Dave." Yeah, I'm not. That's Catherine. Those are the DMs. Is always someone correcting me. I was talking about I don't want to get into the subject, but I was talking about some pretty wild things today, and people were still correcting me. So it's fine. I don't take it personally. I try my best. Willie Billy with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Willie Billy. You're always so generous. I never know who's behind the name Willie Billy, but you're very, very generous. So thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's go to one of our favorites, and this is Bruce the Moose.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, thought I'd call in. I didn't watch the episode tonight. I'm going to watch it on the DVR. It's hot. It's hot in Oregon. Right now, it's like 7:40 p.m. It's 100 degrees. I'm shoving ice cream in my face. I'm shoving ice cubes down my pants. Maybe that's TMI. But this is where we are. Give me some tips to stay cool. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
God.
God.
Tips to say cool. Sounds like you're doing all the right things. Ice cream. Did I twist that up? Is it ice cream down the pants? You need it. I mean, hey, anything to get a good sugar fix. Am I right? Cookies and cream. Oh boy. Okie dokie. We're gonna see Bruce next week in Seattle, August 24th. If anyone wants to come to the stand-up show, August 24th in Seattle. And this Thursday, Huntington Beach. If you have any friends that are near either place, Huntington Beach or Seattle, we could sell as many tickets as possible. That'll help us just pay for the cost to travel and make it out there and try to, come back in the future. But either way, I appreciate all the support. I cannot wait to hang out with Bruce the Moose in Oregon.
Hey, David again. Try to lighten things up a little bit. I know
Please.
It's been kind of a heavy show.
Yeah.
So I now have a definitive opinion about Charity and her eyelashes. So number one, she definitely wears fake eyelashes. And number two, I think she definitely looks better without her fake eyelashes. So, after the overnights, I think they got her the next morning when she was fresh from, well, I won't go into that. But you know what I'm saying is she looked natural and she looked great. So, I would like to know, are we team eyelash or team natural lash? That's the thing I think we need to figure out tonight. Bye.
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. So I've always said I think people's natural beauty is always the best, blah, blah, blah. Whether she's got, she might just have clumpy mascara on, but between the Daves here, and by the way, did I show you guys my new koozie? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I didn't realize I didn't show you this. So why is it, what does this even have to do with what I was talking about? I don't even remember why I brought this over here. But either way, I'm all about do whatever you want. I don't think I've ever been on a date with somebody and they wore fake eyelashes. But I think Kim says, does one take off your lashes for fantasy suites? I think you take them off and you just stick them to the bedside and then they're just, look like a little spider. But yeah, as far as women wearing them, to dress up in formal events and stuff like that, it is pretty common. I'm trying to think the last time Tasha, usually she'll have them for shoots. Either way, here's what we've got this is look at this. I got a whole case of these. These are not for sale. These are koozies that came in. Well, they're kind of for sale. I'm going to offer them for donation only. Spill tea, not beer. That's what it says. Spill tea, not beer. Dave Neal Fan Club. But for all of those at the Seattle show who buy VIP tickets, you not only get a koozie, but you get a Rainer beer inside the koozie. So I'm very excited about that. I had our good friend Taylor Misiak here. Let's do this. Taylor, Dave Neal. So if you haven't checked this out, I understand it's not Bachelor necessarily, although we do talk about Charity season. But Taylor is the star of a TV show. She's on the show Dave, which is a very big hit show. But either way, we had a great conversation about kind of what it was like to film such a wild show. But let's see, somewhere in here I had her where, let's see if I can see if she's sipping her drink at all, because I had the koozie in there. Anyway, you know what it looks like. But this conversation that I did with Taylor, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play you the first minute just to catch my breath. This conversation was the best technically that I've made so far. It was also the best video, and I think energy-wise, she brought it right from the beginning. Have a quick sneak peek.
I did call my parents, and it's not like I'm asking them for permission at this point. I'm an adult, but it is pretty explicit music video. There's a lot of my skin in it. So I did call and give them a heads up and say, look, I'm doing this music video. It's pretty sexual, but it's kind of as far as I'll go. Like, I'm not going beyond my limits, but I am getting to them. And then also, I really think these people are going to make something really good and are going to continue to make good things. And so I think it's important that I do this job because it will beget work I want to do. And then lo and behold, on that set, Dave is like, oh, eventually I want to pitch my own comedy show that's like Drake meets Larry David and like do that. And I'm going, please let me audition for it. And he was like, you can audition. You're a great actress. That's how you booked this. And then years later, I'm like on Dave. So I think my parents are now happy that I did that music video, but I did have to really explicitly, painfully explain it. And I do believe my father has seen it one time, which is fair.
It's not gratuitous because it's for the sake of the joke.
Yeah, you gotta like spoof the whole concept of those types of rap videos.
Exactly, and it opens on like a slow-mo, I'm talking like 240 frames per second shot of your ass getting slapped, respectfully.
Which can I tell you, okay, anybody who knows me or is honestly like just looked at me, I have no butt. I have thighs that go right into my back. And so when I read that was in like, that was how they wanted to open it, days before I was like, hey guys, I don't want to be weird, but I got to be honest with you. I think we need a butt double.
So this conversation, we ended up talking, the reason I met Taylor is because she had a reality podcast. And somewhere towards the end of the conversation, we talk about how we proposed. Ugly tears. It was humid. All right. So this is me talking about how I proposed. So so many people want to know this story. So if you haven't already and you want to know the story, I'm not going to play it all for you here, but this was it. Tears were like mixing with sweat in my eyes.
And did you black out? Do you remember?
Total blackout. Mm-hmm. Like look, I'm a skilled performer. Mm-hmm. I could recite a couple heartfelt lines. Afterwards, luckily she blacked out, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, what did you say?" I was like, "Oh baby, you missed it. It was great.
Like, it was so good.
It was so bad. Oh, the world, we've been so long." So gone. So Taylor got engaged recently, so we heard her story of engagement plus my story. We talked about Golden Bachelor. We talked about charity season of the Bachelorette. We talked about what's so interesting about Taylor is that she actually was working as a waitress, talking about the etiquette that you need to have in the restaurant, and says, I'm going to talk about this until I get big and famous. And sure enough, she might not be famous, but she's very successful. So to hear somebody's story going from their point of struggling to get by to the point where she's been very well respected for her acting and comedy work, it's really impressive to see that play out. We always see the famous person, but to actually see the moments of clarity that exist along the journey of success and those rungs, the ladders as we climb on the way to success is really cool. Really cool. So I'm telling you right now, please give this a shot. Check it out. It's doing okay. As far as like content goes, that's non-Bachelor related. I'm going to have Brian Abasolo on, either this week or next, I think this week. And then after that, I've got another comedian friend. So it's going to be kind of like Bachelor and Bachelor adjacent content. But anyway, let's go to Louise in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Dave, it's Louise in Pennsylvania. Listen, my daughter, Kylie, who you met in New York, got married on Saturday. And there was so much emotion in that wedding. It was crazy. So watching the preview or the interviews with Gary, were so emotional tonight. It was crazy. As far as the tell-off, it was not the greatest, but a lot of crazy pettiness. I agree. Those boys are like boys, not men in some of their actions. So that's all I got. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to your daughter, Kylie. How fun that you had a wedding. You must be exhausted and have, had a great time and everything. But of course, we met in New York City. I'm trying to think, when was it? When was I there? Was it December? I'm trying to remember. But I can't tell you how great it was to hang with you and all that jazz. But congratulations to your family.
Hello, Dave. This is my second time calling, and I just had to call back because I cracked up when you said that I'm getting I sound like I have a Southern twang. because my husband is saying the same thing, and I've been in Mississippi now for about 8 months, and I think I've been here way too long, and I'm ready to go back to California, where it is much cooler than hot Mississippi. But anyway, thanks so much, and you definitely cracked me up tonight. Take care. Bye.
Durian. Yeah, of course. It's funny how quickly that southern accent can sneak up on you. You're going to go back to France like, bonjour, ça va? Je m'appelle. Okay, but you get the point. Hey, Desiree. Is this Desiree calling from The Bachelorette?
Desiree calling from New York. I just want to say thank you for your very informative channel. I love watching it, and I wanted to see who you think the winner is going to be on charity season. Hopefully I'll hear this. I'm watching now. Thanks, Dave.
Oh, thank you so much, Desiree, calling in from New York. Now, listen, let me turn you off there. And by the way, we are out of voicemail, so if anyone wants to extend the live chat, now is your chance to extend the live chat by calling in right now, 401-213-9828, 401. And by the way, for the Patreon members, I might be recording an early episode of Driving with Dave tomorrow at noon, which means I'm going to have to probably push up the Patreon till 9 a.m. tomorrow. That way I can end by 10 a.m. And it's going to be an early morning, but it's one of those things like, I just, if someone can only do a Driving with Dave at noon, I got to do what I got to do, right? But I really do want to start scheduling these for later. Because Thursday I've got Brian Abasolo at 1. Wednesday I have another thing, and then Thursday night I've got Huntington Beach stand-up show. So very busy week, but all good things. Kim said, I wish we could get Dave to 100,000 on YouTube. Yeah, subscribers aren't what matters. And it would be cool to get 100,000 subscribers. I get the little plaque and everything. But to be quite honest, I've already hit the lottery with you guys. I'm very happy with the channel's health and growth and all that. But anyway, to answer your question, who I think will win charity season, I can't tell you that because I already know spoilers. So any answer I give is going to be skewed in one way or another. Let's just wait and see how it all plays out. Next week, right? I'm trying to remember. Is next week the finale? I guess so, right? Wild. So we're already at the finale. And then after Bachelor in Paradise doesn't start, how many are we going to have? I don't have the schedule ahead of me, but we're going to have a little bit of a break before the next season. Although I can't believe how fast it went by. Absolutely wild. Either way, so let's see. I wanted to see what we have on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know where Twitter is. Let's go to Twitter and see if there's any sort of reality. Steve said, the tell-all show is struggling for drama when they just spent a segment talking about a guy who left night one and the drama happened off air that no one basically knew about until tonight. No, I agree, but also that was still very interesting. It was still very interesting for them to show that these guys were all pretty petty. What else do we have here? Let's go to trending and try to find Bachelorette. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? On the night of the Men Tell All, Bachelorette is not even trending. Let's search Bachelorette. Isn't that wild? Don't get me wrong. In the end, you got to make content that people want to see, and maybe this season wasn't wildly clickbaity. There weren't crazy toxic moments, but it's a good season. They're playing a good season right now, so we have to give them credit for that. Bruce said football not too far away either, and I'm so not caught up and ready for the season. I kind of black out football during the summer because I feel like I get it feels so far away. But yeah, I can't wait for it to come back. All right, last call from David.
Hey, David, last call for the night. I think we should maybe introduce a new some self-disclosure because you say, state your name and where you're calling from. I think people should disclose how many glasses of wine they've had. Now, Desiree, maybe she was nervous. Maybe she was relaxed. But I think 4 glasses. I mean, that's kind of my view. You could take the over, you could take the under. But I would encourage...
I didn't think Desiree was drinking. I didn't think that was drinking. Let's listen to Desiree.
Desiree calling from New York.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I lost you. Oh, no. Oh, let me go back. All right. Back to what you had to say.
Desiree, maybe she was nervous. That's kind of my view. You could take the over, you could take the under. But I would encourage people when they call, if they're comfortable, just say, I'd say, David, I'm now in Arkansas and I've not had any wine, which would be a problem because I'm driving. But, I think that would be fun. Bye.
Okay, I'll play that game. Hi, Dave Neal here, and I've had 1 large glass of Diet Coke. All right, let's go to our next call here. Let's go back to Louise.
Hey, Dave. It's Louise in Pennsylvania again. Yes, it was in New York. And Kylie is also the daughter for which you and the community were trying to find baby formula last year.
Right.
So
isn't that wild? So and this is all you guys, right? So do you remember that we had this baby formula shortage, and we tried to get baby formula to Luis's daughter Kylie. Now, we don't know if Kylie follows us or if it's just, if my mom told me that there was some YouTuber she listens to, I'd be like, all right, can it, Mom? You know what I mean? But with everyone's help, I think that they might have been kind of productive here. And then I was able to meet Kylie in person. But cool little, thank you for reminding me, because trust me when I say it's not me running out, doing a bunch of charitable things. It's you guys that are showing your humanity.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. It was an incredible weekend. Very stressful going in, but everything was perfect, and she's a happily married woman now. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Well, thank you so much. Very glad to hear that all went well. And in other news, let's go to our good friend Jen, Mrs. B, in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, North America, Earth.
Hey, Dave, it's Mrs. B from Hamilton. My voice is kind of messed up from screaming along to country music for 4 days straight. So I haven't seen your latest Driving with Dave, but I'm excited to watch it. Tonight's episode, I missed the first 20 minutes. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. But it didn't seem as explosive as they normally were. I don't know, everything was pretty chill. I think Jerry is Jerry, that's his name, the Golden Bachelor. I think he's so cute. I love Grand Zaddy. He's adorable. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good night, and I can't wait for the finale coming up. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, of course. And it's pronounced Gary, not Jerry. But, Mrs. B had quite the weekend having fun at a country music festival. And, of course, she joined us for our Patreon. And if you're not part of the Patreon community, I'll take this moment to pimp it out. Pimping for Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. We talked about today that I saw Tom Sandoval at my stand-up show. He came to my stand-up show, not to see me, to see somebody else, but I asked Tom Sandoval, I said, how far did you get on Special Forces? And he told me the answer, and I shared that with you guys on today's Patreon. So if you want some tea and you want to hear a very personal story within the reality world, it's on today's Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right, let's go. I think we're on our last voicemail. Can you believe that? Let's call it here. We're at 200 people. We're at an hour long. Let's call it, unless any other voicemails come in the next 2 minutes. Jay Card says, Tom Sandoval on Driving with Dave. If I ever, and he wouldn't do this, but if I ever did interview Tom Sandoval, I would start it here. I would say, Tom, I don't want to relitigate why you cheated or what happened. Can we both agree that cheating is bad? Yes. Okay, let's just talk about how you were growing up, how Vanderpump has affected you, your mental health. Have you changed at all? Like, I'd rather have a conversation with him about insecurities and imposter syndrome and different types of things, and because I feel like we've only talked about him as a cheater and there's no going backwards. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind hearing about how he's been affected by his own decisions and all that. But again, I don't think he would come on, and nor have I had a chance to ask him.
Hi, Dave. It's Stacy from Riverside. I am a second-time caller. I don't have a lot to say. I just want to extend your live stream. Anyway, I am getting ready to watch The Bachelorette since I'm on the West Coast. Just want to let you know that I love your channel. You are my favorite YouTuber when it comes to Bachelor things. I don't always watch the ones that are not, but I do my best. I look forward to you every day, and I wake up with you, and I have my dinner with you, and tonight I guess I'll be going to bed with you. Okay, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Easy, Stacy. No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Stacy from Riverside, California, I'm assuming. And I appreciate the support. I mean, trust me, 2.5 years of this channel being, what I'd call daily and successful, it doesn't cease to amaze me how generous you all are. Yes, Kim has it right, Anna. So Anna says, Golden Bachelor is not Gary, it's Jerry, right? And then Kim responds, spelled Gerry, but pronounced like Gary. It's not just pronounced like Gary, it is pronounced Gary. Yeah, how annoying for Gary the Bachelor to spell his name like Jerry. Either way, he should have a podcast called Gary Mandering, and it's where he rewrites the line. I don't know, some sort of political thing. All right, I think we have one last one.
Hey, Dave, Damiana, ATL.
Atlanta.
So, all I simply want to say to you is thank you very much for who you are and what you do for us every day. Your videos, for me, is just an escape from a crazy day. I enjoy your perspective. I enjoy the tea that you provide. And sometimes it's so piping hot, I can't stand it. But mainly just thank you for who you are. I think one of the reasons why I've been following you for, I think, about a year is because of your humility and your transparency, which we saw a lot of that tonight. I kind of grabbed my laptop trying to hug you through the laptop. But anyway, thank you so much. Know that you're valued and appreciated, and you're awesome. I don't think you do well with accolades, but buddy, just take it, receive it, okay? It is what it is. We love you and we appreciate you. We may not always agree on everything, but for the most part, you're just absolutely fabulous. Thank you.
Oh,
Have
thank
a
you so
great
much.
night and a blessed remainder of the week.
Oh, how kind.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, no, I'll as far as accolades go, I always want them, but I don't like to receive them. Does that make sense? I want to know they're there, but I am maybe bashful with them. But because I am aware of the secrets behind the Wizard of Oz's curtain here, that we're just having a conversation. So there's nothing wild happening. These are simple conversations that I think you guys would have if you're in my position, and part of maybe being on camera is realizing that you need to have a little bit of a radical idea of what grace really is. It's so easy for us. It's so easy for us to have grace and love Gary's story. It's a heartwarming story. But then how do we bring that energy to the Shanaes of the world, the people that you might not think deserve it? But again, we have a hard time with our brains filtering through it all, because we'll watch something bad happen on TV and we won't have the full story, but our brain wants to feel like it does. But either way, is it Damiana or Damiana? It's Damiana. Let me hear that one more time.
Hey, Dave. Damiana.
Damiana. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't pronouncing it wrong. I truly appreciate your voicemail. I truly do. I don't know what's in the air, and I don't know why I need a laptop hug, but I'm not going to turn it down. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Just, there was something about Gary's story that might have caught me off guard, and then combined that with hearing Mimi's story. A close friend of mine passed away from a stroke, actually at the age of 30, like a best friend. So it's just almost wild. I mean, like, I feel out of breath thinking about it, to hear how quick life can be taken away. And we all know that. We all know, like, we can all have conversation around loss and understand it. But when we watch it play out, like we're going to watch it with Gary, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And obviously the Bachelor franchise is like any other corporation, psychopathic. They don't care. They might care on the they might be proud of the show they make, but in the end, ratings and positive reviews is all that they care about. If this show gets the type of press and PR and curiosity that it looks like it's already getting, it could lead to many new seasons. And I know we talked about this. Someone else commented and said, I think they need to get away with the Bachelor, Bachelorette. I hear that, but I could see a formula where they keep one Bachelor, one Bachelorette, one Bachelor in Paradise, and then one Bachelor or Bachelorette Golden Bachelor. I don't know if they would do a Golden Bachelorette. I think since the pickings are a little bit more slim, the dating pool might be a little smaller for people that want to put themselves through that. I wonder if it really just comes down to which lead they can find. So if they can find a lead that is a Bachelorette, how much fun would that be? Bring your friends along, make it a Golden Girls episode, just have a blast, So either way, we are going to be very excited to see how that all plays out. I'm shocked that you guys are all still with us. We're out of the voicemails, and no need to send me any text messages. I always get them after a live stream if it's like contentious or something. Oh, you okay? I'm perfectly happy, just sort of like gearing up for the week. And I've been eating healthy. I feel great physically. Earlier I went on a run and like was pouring sweat still afterwards. Thank you guys for all the kind words about a friend of mine. Yeah. It's scary. It's scary to think that life can be, it feels so long. It's, oh geez, I'm halfway to whatever, you just feel like it, but when you break it down, it can be taken away at any moment. And it's a dang privilege to be alive and kicking. And for everyone who called in and said positive words, thank you so much. Looking out for you, Linda, and good luck with your surgery. And to Mimi, thank you for sharing your story. It is so precious. I have your address right here. And oh shoot, I didn't mean to show the wrong side. I don't think anyone could see it because your handwriting is a little squiggly. And I don't know if Mimi is still in the chat, but I tell you what, Mimi, I got a koozie coming your way. That's for sure. I hope you, oh my gosh, I just pulled out the koozies. How funny is this? I just pulled out a koozie, and who the hell is this? This, of all of the 50 koozies that I have right here, I have 50 koozies. I pulled out the one mistake. John Forrest. Who the hell is this guy? And TMC. Let's see. I don't think there's any other of all of the koozies. They're all the same, right? How funny. How strange. I'll have to find out who that guy is and be like, bro, I got your koozie. All right. Well, a privilege indeed. A privilege indeed. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, if you want some more content, I just encourage you to go check out Driving with Dave. Just search the Dave Neal Show. There it is. And you'll get all of the videos. You can play all of them, whichever ones you haven't watched. The Andrew Spencer one did really well, 12,000 views. Obviously, I want to get some interviews that can really reach a bigger mainstream audience. And I'm just going to keep on doing them. And one day or another, YouTube's going to finally start recommending them, and then it'll be, what I suggest. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys could see what I was showing. What I believe will happen as we get this channel to get better views and get piped into the algorithm, hands down, it's going to introduce me to a higher, and again, no offense to the people that have been in my videos, but a higher value guest, somebody, we're talking megastars, right? So we're just going to keep chipping away out of it, and you guys will know that you are here for the grassroots efforts, and it's all with all of your support that I'm able to do all that. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to do a hard exit right here. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. Have a fantastic evening. Big laptop hug to all of you guys out there. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.